Once again, I'd like to welcome everyone here. I see that we do have one of our judges here with us this morning. Oh, two of them. Oh, good. It's always nice when some of our judges can join us. Astrid is joining us. And Carolyn McKenzie. If you ladies would like to say something before we get started, that'd be great.
Well, I'm happy to say that it was just a delight to go through all the beautiful pictures. It was just really, really fun. And the poetry was so skilled. And so each year I look forward to this and I enjoy it. Gosh, it's a talent I don't have, but I enjoy looking at it. And so, you know, it's hard to give awards to everybody. I wish I could, because I thought it was all marvelous. But we did enter in our scores and it'll be fun to show. So thank you.
Astrid, would you like to say something this morning?
Yeah, I had so much fun participating and getting to see all the artwork, and you know, it was so hard to make the decision about, you know, where to line everybody up and looking at it and the perspectives on our theme. It was really a delight. So much amazing art, and I love seeing the names on the Zoom right now, and I can't wait. I'm hoping to match the painters and the poets to the names that are here today. Thank you so much.
That's always what's so exciting, is that with our technology today, we can meet everyone from around the world. It's wonderful, and we're able to put a face with the artwork and the poetry. Thank you, ladies, for joining us this morning. I apologize to those of you who have joined us who are not English speakers. I'm pretty limited. I know Astrid probably has really fantastic Spanish. Mine's limited. I don't speak German or French, and I know we have some German and French speakers with us today. And we have a young lady from Ukraine. I don't speak that or Russian, so I apologize, but you guys are fabulous. It's always so wonderful when I get the emails to be able, I try to translate them without the use of the Google Translator, and I don't do too bad. I was a music and biology major in school, in college. So in music, vocal music, I did have to sing a lot of different languages. But anyway, we have people from all over the world this morning, and we should, I'm still admitting people. That's why I was kind of waiting a little bit. The award presentation usually takes about an hour, and some of us hang out afterwards and talk for a little bit if you like. I will be putting all the honorable mentions and winners up on the website later on today. I have it all done, but I want to check through it first. And then I will be sending out the award certificates by email this weekend. If you're having problems with no picture, you can do a couple different things, Ingeborg. You can shut off your camera. Sometimes that helps. Or you can leave the session and then you can come back in. Sometimes you don't have a good connection. I don't see you either. I just see something that says visual effects. So if you'd like to sign out of the meeting, Ingeborg, and then sign back in, does that make sense? I'm going to type that to you. We'll readmit you back in the meeting. Yeah, because you want to be able to see all the pictures. So let's see. Why don't we get started? All right. like to welcome everyone to the Snow Leopard Conservancy's 5th annual Artwork and Poetry Contest 2023. The theme of the contest was Harmony and Peril. Exploring climate change, the biodiversity crisis, and the fate of the snow leopard. This was a theme I had asked our judges to give us some suggestions on a theme this year because Guardian of the High Mountains was last year's. And Suraj Upaja, he started out as a snow leopard ranger in Nepal as a student. And now he's teaching at Iowa State University in Ames, Iowa. But he started out with this a long, long time ago as a child. And now he's all grown up and has his degrees and is working at Iowa State currently. He also has his own project, but he's been our judge for, I think, every year. And he came up with this, and I thought it was a very good theme of the contest this year. Climate change is a primary driver of biodiversity loss. And climate change depends on biodiversity as part of the solution. So they're inextricably linked and can't be separated. It's a lovely photo by Tashi R from Nepal. This is a manually taken photograph. We call Tashi the snow leopard whisperer because he can get so close to these cats. He has great patience. Our theme this year highlights the relationship between climate change, the biodiversity crisis, and the future of the snow leopard species. We encourage the artists and poets who are entering this year to delve into the profound challenges faced by snow leopards due to these extremely important interconnected issues of biodiversity and climate change. Climate change is affecting their world. They live in 12 countries in the highest mountains in the world, and climate change is being seen there. I know Tashi has shared with us photographs of glacial lakes in Nepal, high in the mountains, just a few years ago were full, and now they're just mud. There's nothing there. So climate change is already affecting the high mountains. And we wanted you to express your thoughts and emotions through your creations. With poetry, it might seem to be a little bit easier, but I know some of our poets said, boy, this is a tough one this year. And the judges did pay pretty close attention this year to whether your artwork and your poetry did exemplify the theme for this year. This is another photo from Tashi. Isn't it beautiful? This is the wonderful animal that you're helping us to protect and to save. And I'd like to introduce you to our judging panel. Astrid, you've met her already this morning. She's our newest member of our team. She's our office manager, and she does so much more. She does everything. Right now, she's Rodney's right-hand man, and Ashley's our director's left-hand woman, and but she supports the entire team. And we're in a state of flux and transition right now as Rodney and Darla retiring and Ashley coming on board from vice president to the director, and everything's changing. So Astrid has been just fabulous at helping us with this transition. As it says in her bio here, she's had a passion for wildlife and conservation. And she actually participates in the Mountain Lion project there in California. She goes out the other day, she said, I have to go out and check trail cameras for mountain lions, for pumas. So she is not just involved with snow leopards, but she's also involved locally with the snow leopard's cousin, the mountain lion. But this is her information, and we're so glad she could join us this morning. Kathy Asan just recently retired from the Snow Leopard Conservancy after serving as our account administrator and our office manager. Kathy is still helping us in the background on a part-time basis now in her retirement. And she was a fabulous asset also to the Conservancy, where we're sorry to see her go. But I think both she and her husband had retired, but she was one of our judges this year. Marcia Civic, she's been a judge a couple times for us. I think last year she started judging. She hosts the Be Provided Conservation Radio series. She actually got to go to the Cheetah Conservation Fund, I believe, and volunteer there one year. She's been a fabulous supporter of the Snow Leopard Conservancy. We've done lots of podcasts with Marcia, and she's also one of my co-hosts for the Snow Leopard Day virtual event that we have in October. Charlene is our Conservation Education Program Manager, but Charlene is also retiring. She's with us, I think, for about another month. She has been with Rodney and Darla for a long time. She was a volunteer. Charlene used to work for NOAA. And then when she retired from NOAA, she came on full-time with us. And now she's also retiring. She's done GIS modeling, and she works one-on-one with our partners. And we're really happy to have her as a judge this year. Here's Siraj and his dog. And as I was saying, he started out in the Snow Leopard Rangers, a conservation education program in Nepal for elementary age school children. And then he went on to get a degree in forestry and then a Master of Science from the University of Kentucky. And then his PhD in integrative conservation of nature and forestry. So he is a biologist, an environmentalist, and a conservationist. And we're so lucky to have him as one of our judges. Margaret hails from Sydney, and I don't imagine she'll be joining us this morning. Again, this is being recorded. She is our Snow Leopard ambassador in Australia. She is a literary agent and has been an editor and a writer. She helped us with the book Searching for the Snow Leopard. It was her idea in the beginning, and she helped us find a publisher. And she's been so supportive, and she's also one of my co-hosts for the virtual program for Snow Leopard Day in October. And then we have Carolyn, who you met just a little bit ago. She is the secretary for the board of directors for the Snow Leopard Conservancy. And as she says here in her bio, she always wanted to be a biologist. At age 20, she backpacked across Africa, India, and the Middle East. Wow. And she has a Master of Science degree in biophysics and a Bachelor of Science in zoology from University of California, Davis. And as all of us, she's done a lot of different things. She had a 40-year career in health physics. But we're so lucky to have her on the board, and we're also so very lucky to have her as one of our judges every year. Thank you, Karen, so much. And then there's me. You're the one that you talk to all the time. I'm the Conservancy's outreach manager. I started as an intern when I was getting my master's with the Conservancy, and if it's online, I do it. So the website, the newsletter, and all of our social media. This year's judging criteria looked at 4 different things: interpretation of the theme, portrayal of the beauty and strength of the snow leopard, the creativity, uniqueness, and originality, and the overall impression. And I have incorporated some of the judges' written comments to you all throughout the presentation. Thank you to all the participants for their entries for the Artwork and Poetry Contest 2023. There were many excellent entries that met the criteria of harmony and peril and the fate of the snow leopard. I enjoyed seeing the artwork, reading the artist interpretations, and reading the poetry. It was difficult to rank the entries with so many good selections to choose from. I wanted to share with you some recent camera trap or trail camera photos and video that we received from our partner, Claudio Augugliaro, who's working in Mongolia in the Sutai Mountains. He's been running a series of studies and working with community members and installing fox lights, which are nighttime predator deterrents, lights that flash on and off to scare predators away. And he shared with us some wonderful video. We don't always capture snow leopards. And I'm admitting a couple more people. If you hold on just a moment. There we go. And I just shared the sound. I'm going to play that again so you guys can hear the sound. This is a little Pallas's cat. They do share the same habitat as the snow leopard. They live at the same high elevation. Tashi, they didn't know that there were Pallas's cats in Nepal. And Rodney, our founder director, had worked with him on camera trap technology. And he was the first person, Tashi was, to discover that there were Pallas's cats in Nepal. That tail. It's a very, very rocky tree. They're above the tree line. Note the temperature as you go through these. They're also dated, so you can see this. These were all taken over 2022. This is a still photograph. Beautiful. And an action shot. This was from January. And the same spot as the snow leopard was at. Another little Pallas's cat. Quite a bit smaller. And this one was at night. This was from May. These are instead, so the camera doesn't bother them, but you can see the reflection in their eyes with the tapetum lucidum. Okay. All right, now we begin our presentation. We'll start with our honorable mentions, 18 and over in traditional media artwork. And if you do want to, you can unmute your microphone now if you want to say something, but just make sure there's no background noise. Our first honorable mention is Snow Leopard. It's an oil painting from Sonia Elena Suarez.
Acá.
That's beautiful.
Ese es el mío. No
So
entiendo
cool.
lo que dice en inglés, pero yo estoy acá igual.
So beautiful. Our next honorable mention is Irbis acrylics on canvas sheet from Katerina Belikova. Katerina, I know, joined us this morning.
Hi,
Beautiful,
thank you.
so beautiful.
Oh,
And our next honorable mention is John, watercolor on paper from Katerina. Love the color, all the colors. Our next honorable mention, and then if you'd like to mute your microphone, please. The Mountains Ghost acrylics on canvas, Muhammad, and I'm not sure of the last name, Sufyan. If I mess up your name, please correct me. This is beautiful.
right.
And many of our artists, this is not their first time entering. They enter every year. We thank you for that. It was difficult to judge from all the amazing entries. I had to make my decisions based on how closely related the picture represented this year's theme of climate change and the fate of the snow leopard. There are several of these I would frame and hang on my wall. All of you are so talented, and I enjoyed reviewing your artwork. Again, I'm sharing some of our judges' comments from this year. Our next honorable mention is called Nocturnal Embrace. It's watercolors and water-soluble graphite pencil on moleskin.
Thank
Oh.
you so much.
And that's not correct. Mark Ray is not correct. I am so sorry. That's not the correct artist. I will correct that. Have you ever felt the need of emotional shelter or refuge, but you have realized you are on your own for this one? That black night, that harsh situation, that crisis only you know are going through and need to face. In desperation and loneliness, you find that last breath, that inner flame, the power inside you to carry on, to continue to fight. That moment you have an inner conversation with yourself, and first of all, find out that you have the skill set and tools to handle the situation, and that you can trust yourself to walk out of this rough patch. When you soothe yourself and pat your own back saying it's going to be okay, I relate that feeling with mental and physical strength of a snow leopard. Alone in the cold night of inclemency, starving, perhaps relying on the last bit of strength they have to survive the night, hoping for a better tomorrow, they curl as a typical way and hug themselves with their tail, providing that comfort, that embrace. I believe the artist here is Anna Cortez. I apologize for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry. I do miss some things sometimes, but this is a beautiful, very interesting piece.
¿Quiere traerte una silla?
And this year, I invited the artist to include a narrative. And of course, if you use a reference photo, to include a reference photo of the reference. But this year we asked for narratives to further explain the artwork. The next honorable mention is Watchful, a watercolor by Laxman Basani. Very beautiful. The next is Big Snow Leopard, watercolors and tempera from Dina Nova, excuse me. I keep wondering what he's looking at. Maybe something to eat. And the next honorable mention is King of the Mountains from Ingeborg Sace, acrylics on canvas. I love that paw. He's really going somewhere. Super. Each and every one of these was incredible. This was a very hard assignment. I felt they all deserved recognition. and the placings of the winners. And this is another fabulous photograph from Tashi from Nepal. Snow leopards are not very aggressive at all. They're curious, but they're very elusive and shy too. They would sooner, if they encounter someone, a human being, they'll generally just walk away. But sometimes our photographers have told us that they'll actually sit down and watch them watching each other. And I'm admitting some more people. Unique media artwork, youth, 11 and under. And in first place, we have Barsic, made from air plasticine or clay. And Katerina, you can correct me, but is it Miroslava Borest or Mira, her daughter?
Mira is okay. Thank you very much.
All righty. Isn't this adorable? I just love this. This was a favorite with our judges. They really liked it.
Thank you.
Very cute. And I love it that she provided us some different perspectives. Very cute. I like the tongue.
Super.
So cute. And the paw. Look at that. She even has the pads correct on the paw. It's so cute. Congratulations. Lovely. And unique media artwork, youth 12 to 17. And in first place, we have a snow leopard cub. And this is a flat clay entry. Very cute. From Susan. And now in our unique media artwork category, adults 18 and over. And in first place, from Debbie Lockhurst, I See You. Acrylics on Newfoundland slate. Past few years, Debbie has submitted artwork on turkey feathers. This year, she gave us a new perspective on slate. And those eyes do capture you. Congratulations, Debbie. So beautiful. You can hardly take your eyes away from this one. Now, a combination media artwork is where the artist has combined traditional, some form of traditional medium and digital. And this is the 18 and over category. And in first place, we have Snow Leopard in the Snow. Liners on paper with computer finalization from Natalia Pavlishina. And her narrative reads, Snow Leopard in the Snow. He runs, overcoming all obstacles, balancing with his long tail, and the patterns drawn on the surrounding rocks by the ancient people appear on his skin, and Princess Ukak mysteriously smiles on his shoulder. Beautiful snowflakes fall slowly, and lead their round dance around the guardian of these mountains. This is a really fabulous piece of artwork.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very beautiful.
I'm so glad to see you and hear you. Thank you.
And I had to go look immediately when we received this for Princess Ukak. And then, of course, I had to do some research about her because I could not remember. There is a link there, and it will be on the website. I know it's in the finalists. There's the link to read about who Princess Ukak was, where she was found. It's very interesting, but there she is on the shoulder. Very interesting piece, very beautiful. Next, we have digital artwork, youth 12 to 17. And in first place, this beautiful, beautiful piece of art called Floating Away. And is it Zaina Olympia, I believe? I know I messed your name up last year and I do apologize. And I'm admitting some more people. There we go. Love those paws. And floating away is so symbolic of the theme. These animals will float away without protection from the people who live there. That's why we work so closely with the communities in the snow leopard's habitat, because the people who live there and live alongside wild animals like the snow leopard or the mountain lion, they're the stewards of the land. Digital artwork, 18 and over. In second place, we have Snow Leopard Jumping from Katya Vasco. You can see the motion in this piece of art. This is lovely. Very determined look. And in first place, The Search from, and I will mess up your name, I'm sorry, Dolgor Bayam Badorj. You can correct me if you like. Beautiful digital artwork. Very, very lovely. Congratulations. And now poetry, youth 11 and under. In second place from Kuhu Kacher. And my header won't go away, so I cannot see the title. I am someone extraordinary, not anyone in the ordinary. Come to the mountains when you want to see me, living here in paradise. Ooh, yeah, it's just so true. Come and meet me in the snowy mountains, soaring so high. I am someone extraordinary, not anyone in the ordinary. I am living in serene peace, having fun in the high ranges, showing everyone you don't need to count all the mice. I am someone extraordinary, not anyone in the ordinary. The past is gone, the present is here. Don't tell me what not to fear. Can you mute your microphone, please? The future is going to be a sphere. Ooh, don't you dare sneer at me. You know this is a tropical paradise. One day I will fly above the sky. It would give me a boost. No one would know it was me because it's my dream to be always living in come what may, my natural paradise. And that's the title, Living in My Natural Paradise. And in first place, poetry, youth. A leopard of snow slips through the night with the aura show shining its light. A figure silver gray dances with the chilly breeze, searching for prey beneath the deep freeze. This mountainous terrain is what the snow leopard calls home. It is enough to sustain as the snow leopard comes out to roam. Though as humans hunt these creatures, their population will decline. Because of their extravagant features, their fur is considered quite fine. Human needs to make a demand to right their wrongs. They must understand the mountains are where a snow leopard belongs. Wonderful poem from Hannah Amelia Ray Drabinsky. I'm glad I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you. Wonderful poem. Traditional artwork, youth 11 and under. And in third place, we have Leopards of Light, also from Hannah Amelia Ray Drabinsky, colored pencils and watercolors. Look at this, a mom with her two cubs. Lovely. And in second place, we have Carol Symmetry, acrylics and markers on canvas from Kuhu Kacher. The judges really like this one a lot. Look at the stars. That might even be a shooting star or a comet. And in first place, Akira, watercolors and acrylics on paper from Mira.
Wow, thank you very much.
Yes, it truly depicts a cat. With forest leopards, you'll often see them draped over tree limbs like this, supporting their body, and then everything else is hanging over. And this is perfect that this snow leopard is on a shelf in the mountains, and it's draped itself over the edge of a cliff. They don't have problems with elevation like we do. But congratulations to Mira.
Thank you.
Next, we have traditional artwork, youth 12 to 17. In second place is Snow Melt, a pastel from Marina Chen. This is a beautiful, beautiful submission. Those eyes. Oh. These cats, if you have a cat of your own, you know how rough their tongue is. There's little barbs on it, so they can actually lick the meat right off the bone. It has piercing eyes. Yes, it does. And in first place, Snow Leopard Cub, a watercolor from Ghale, and I'm going to stop there. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Ghale, I think, participated last year's contest. Many of our artists and poets do year after year, and we thank you for your continued support. It's wonderful. You are helping us to protect and save these animals and to help the people who share their home. It's all about coexistence. And that's what conservationists do, is work toward a good coexistence between people and predators, wildlife. And now we move into our poetry adult 18 and over. In 8th place, The Last Supper of the Snow Leopard by Sarah Mills. There exists a mural on a mountainside, one depicting the solemn scene, a table headed by a holy cat, where all about him animals convene. Few of his disciples remain for the meal, save for the brethren who know him the best. But amongst the marmot, pica, and hare, there's one that sits in shadow from the rest. This figure has locks of treasonous red, symbolizing the rising heat. The darkness tells of who'll betray with an act of pure deceit. In the figure's hand, a bag is held containing the flakes of silver snows, the argent spring streams and ponds, the degradation of lush meadows. His head is bowed as the tree line soars, as the livestock take over sacred ground. His elbow lies on the lowered table of water sources scarcely found. At the apex of this somber drama, the Once announces his fate to be. All line and life converge with him. The vanishing point, biodiversity. Congratulations, 8th place. Wonderful, from Sarah. Beautiful poem. And in 7th place, Snowy Wonderment by Julie M. Smith. Their beauty is of admiration, hopes in nature is their inspiration. Wonders of snow on the peaks is what they hope to find and seek. Thoughts of days in the cold air now is warmed with despair. Visions of water flow in their minds, getting only harder to drink and find. Belief that food will be there, not fortunate to be found anywhere. Dreams to watch small ones grow, only time will let them know. Their beauty is of admiration, hopes in nature, now in stagnation. And in sixth place, Ghost of the Mountains by Neil, and I'm not going to attempt that last name. I live amidst the mountains of the east. If you are lucky to see me, know that you may never see me again. I am the great ghost of the mountains, protector, traveler, and adventurer. As I set out across the mountains, I set myself the challenge to live or die. I am a lover, a protector of my family, yet the world I share with you is becoming more of yours and less of mine. As I battle against the elements of wind, water, heat, and earth, my life is placed on a thin thread, living on the edge of existence. I am the spirit of the mountains, king of my domain, and I witness the changes in my landscape. Sometimes the winters are warm. The winter ice around me is melting. The snow is patchy in parts, and the summers are dry. I live and die for the hunt, but the goats and blue sheep come and go or die of starvation. Sometimes they pause as they capture a glimpse of me, knowing it may be their last. Look before I strike for my hunt. I am at risk when they stop coming my way or when I search and I find nothing in sight. Some humans enjoy the sport of the hunt. Be warned for what you will do, for my life is as precious as yours. Ask yourself, what is it you seek within? Your beating heart for the ghosts of the mountains will reign over you, reminding you with each passing day that we are equally destined on this planet. We share the same air, and we live, love, and die on this same world. If you attack me, you shall be haunted by my spirit that will find you for every hostile move you make. Be warned, I am the snow leopard of the east, spirit of the mountains, protector, traveler, observer, as I witness the fall of our world in your hands. Very powerful poem. Thank you, Neil. And in fifth place, there is from Julie M. Smith. There is beauty in the mountains if you wish to see it. Paw prints line the snowy blanket, slowly disappearing into the thicket. Soft fur waiting for a cool breeze. Quickly warms up due to no freeze. Water flows in abundance at first, reduced to a trickle to quench a thirst. Food scampers and hides all around, only now nowhere to be found. Little ones will soon be here, may not live to see next year. There is beauty in the mountains, though you may not see it. That was Mountain Majestic. From the judges, all the submissions were excellent this year. And in fourth place, Steadfast from Sandra McEwen. Oh, wise one of the icy heights, with frosty forehead and gleaming eyes, with startling contrast of toughness and magnificence. What secrets have your ancestors learned and passed on to you now? They're in your ease of quiet stealth and your hurtling effortlessly down harsh stony slopes, and in your remarkable resilience in the face of Earth's ecology's fraying and the challenge of changing climate. Still, you will never be deterred from your ineffable persistence, for you are one with your mountains. As steadfast as the hills, you have always prevailed, your guttural growls eternally echoing. And you will always continue your timeless struggle in the toughness and magnificence that is also life itself. In third place, A Melting Paradise by Anne Curtis. A paradise it was, the Himalaya. I fell in love a half century ago with soaring peaks and glittering lakes and plumes of snow blooming from the summits. I climbed through deep valleys and gorges etched by rivers and through pine and rhododendron forests, where strings of ponies sported red plumes and clanging bells. Wild roses and willows grew in dry creek beds. I saw thorny blue poppies on a dry and scrubby hillside, where little puffs of dust rose with every step and disappeared into the cold wind. With reverence, I visited Gompas perched on cliffs, their shrine rooms opulent and full of history. Curious, shy children laughed with me while their families tended yaks. I fell in love with thin air, expansive views and shining peaks. The majestic guardian that is the elusive snow leopard was often in my thoughts, though never seen. Now the climate shifts. Glaciers melt, permafrost warms, the ground dries, and tender green meadowgrass dies. Blue sheep tear at clumps of tough grass, their numbers may dwindle. A hungry snow leopard takes a yak. Herder and animal conflicts may rise. My love is a forlorn love now, yet I do not feel betrayed, for this is not the fault of paradise, nor of the splendid snow leopard that is its guardian. I am saddened by changes that we seemingly cannot prevent. Species will disappear from the Himalaya, causing disruption in a finely balanced world. What will become of the snow leopards, the flowers, and the children? Yes, I am saddened and afraid that paradise may shrivel and die, unless, like a beautiful snow leopard, poised on a rocky cliff, we can balance our needs now with those of a future world. Spectacular. Beautiful. In second place, The Orison of the Ounce by Sarah Mills. Spotted cat of mystery, who by chance was exiled to the farthest reaches, what can you teach us of beauty and balance? You who have a concord with Peril and Boar and the goat-like creatures of Tar and Markor, how will your kingdom fare before your very existence disappears like the mist? It seems every time I look into those eyes, they pounce upon my conscience whole, leaving these endangered paw prints etched deep into my alpine soul. They seem omniscient, as though they know that I can halt the melting snow, the rising tree line, the dwindling range, the predator known as climate change. And yet, for all the guilt I feel, they do not judge me, only appeal. Where are the ibex and the argali, the rivers that once ran in harmony? Why are my friends the fragmented foe? Why is danger on high not seen from below? For you and I are imperiled the same. My world is also your world to reclaim. Then he turns away from our locked gaze, but there's no home where the livestock graze, and so his rosettes blend into the night, his fur feeding into white starlight. Our planet never again to see those eyes, arrest even the rays of a Himalayan sunrise. Wow. And in first place, The Snow Leopard's Paradise by Anne Curtis. Long tail switching lazily, the snow leopard looks down from the cliff top. Snowflakes drift down even in summer, sprinkling her dense fur with white, adding another dimension to the smoke rings on her coat. The storm cloud passes, and in the distance are mountain peaks, which shimmer in the sun. A lake glitters at the foot of a talus slope, and jewel-like flowers punctuate the meadow grass. This beauty is irrelevant to the snow leopard, focused on a flock of Peril, grazing the meadow grass below. Soon she will make a move toward them. She lives a tough, though picturesque existence, and has lived this way seemingly forever. Her beautiful world has borders, the mountains and the cliffs and the canyons, the Peril and the sweet meadow grass, well adapted to life in the high mountains. The snow leopard does not venture beyond these boundaries. Outside these bounds is another world, a world where the air is hazy with smoke and dust, where human activity has caused warming temperatures. Future changes are difficult to fathom, and time is running out. Glaciers melt, permafrost thaws, and the ground dries. Now the Peril's favorite meadow grass forms tough. Oh, did I go backwards? No. Tough clumps at the Peril and the goats and the marmots grow squares. The snow leopard's numbers may dwindle, or she may migrate in search of another paradise. Excuse me. For the outside world impacts the realm of the snow leopard. Change is happening incrementally, but ever faster and faster. As if the four grounding corners of the mandala have begun rotating and are now spinning wildly out of control. Only humans can save the snow leopard's paradise now. My apologies, sometimes it goes backwards. Now we come to our artwork, but I want to congratulate all our poets. Weren't they fabulous? Oh, way to go. Oh, poetry is just breathtaking. And so is the artwork. I mean, stopping to admit some more people. This is our top 10. In 10th place. Please stand up for our realm. A pastel from Ekaterina Justinia. Her narrative reads, these are views that look straight into the soul. This is the ghost of the mountains, the snow leopard. Not some individual animal, but a collective image, idea, soul of the mountains. This is an image of the most wonderful, mystical, beautiful thing in the world. And this is a request addressed to the people. Protect this world. Protect these mountains. Protect us. In the judge's comment for Please Stand Up for Our Realm reads, the soul of the mountain, as the ghost cat is portrayed well, yet the snow leopard's need for protection shines through. Ninth place. Mischief with Whiskers, a scratch board from Fiona Anderson. Fiona hails from Australia, so I know that she is not joining us today, but I'm sure she'll be watching this recorded. But Fiona has been a longtime supporter of the snow leopards and the Leopard Conservancy, and this is a beautiful scratch board. This was from a picture that she took herself. At a zoo there locally. The comments from the judges were so gorgeous. The animal looks so real, like you could touch it. It is portrayed as beautiful, playful, and beautiful, yet vulnerable. Look at the eyelashes and each whisker. And in 8th place, Pleading Eyes from Catherine Williams Moronis, pastels with colored pencil on a gray tone pastel mat. This artwork truly exemplifies the theme with the snow leopard in the foreground and the ever-growing population in the background of humans. And the judge's comments for Pleading Eyes read, I felt the pleading in his eyes. Powerful picture of the snow leopard with the village houses surrounding him and his home in the mountains. You can feel his vulnerability and lack of space for him to live. Yes, as climate change affects those mountains and the tree line moves ever higher, there'll be less and less place for the snow leopard and the prey animals that share its home. And in 7th place, Snow Melts for an Early Spring, an oil painting from Susie Gardner. And her narrative reads, Snow Leopard cub resting against the newly growing grass, watching the snow melt early, providing more scope for the expanding grasslands below. The sorrow showing on his face of his losing habitat and questionable future. Very good portrayal of the theme. You see the sadness in his eyes. He has a knowledge beyond ours of how his world is changing. The theme is well portrayed with the melting snow and the snow leopard's look of vulnerability. And in 6th place, Future, a watercolor from, I'm sorry if I don't say this right, Marisa Louis Troy. Beautiful. The reference photo was from Steve Tracy. Steve Tracy's a marvelous photographer. He's a native of Australia. For years, he lived in Japan and was the photographer at the Tama Zoo, I believe. And he's since moved back home to Australia. But this is a beautiful, beautiful watercolor. Looking to the future. Hopefully it holds good things in store. Eternal hope of the snow leopard, a survivor. Yes, Neil, that's true. Guys, be sure to read the chat comments. Yes, it is unbelievable. Isn't that gorgeous? I love all your comments. This is so extraordinary. Just took my breath away when I opened it up.
Thank you.
So beautiful. The eyes of the snow leopard looking to the future appear hopeful and a thing of beauty, is one of our judges' comments. And in fifth place, Love, a watercolor on watercolor paper from the same artist, Marisa Louis Troy. Sensitive to their life and their survival, this snow leopard touched me with a look that seemed to say, don't touch it. And the reference photo, Jack Peril.
Thank you. Merci.
Without the future generations, we'll have no world. It's so important to protect each and every baby. You know, snow leopards are unique in the big cats. Most of the big cats, their cubs stay with them for a year, maybe year and a half. But with snow leopards, they live in such a rugged and brutal terrain in those high mountains where it's so dry and so cold in the winter and food is scarce, and they live in a vertical environment. And these animals are not born with skills for hunting and protecting themselves and hiding. Some of it's instinctive, but a lot of it's taught by their mother. And that's why it's very difficult to raise a cub in captivity of a predator. You just can't, and then put it back into the wild. But each and every cub, snow leopard cub, is so important. And so many probably don't survive in the brutal environment. One of our photographers from Spain, Oriol Alemany, he and his wife went back there about 3 years in a row. And a lot of his photographs are in searching for the snow leopard. And he saw a mother and her cubs 1 year, and then they went back the next year, and there was the same mother, and it was in India, with the same 2 cubs, almost ready to leave mom. In fact, as he watched them one day, the one cub, the male cub, separated from the mother and the daughter and went off on his own for about an hour or two. And then suddenly he realized he was alone. And for the rest of the afternoon, he searched for his mother and finally found her. They watched from across a canyon with apprehension. Was this his parting from mom, or was he find her? And they do that. They part for a while and then go back. It's like kids going off on their own to college or whatever, that first apartment, and then they decide, I got to move back home with mom. And snow leopard cubs do that. But this is a beautiful, beautiful. And I know that our followers on social media will say, oh, what a great photograph. They often can't recognize, because this artwork is so extremely brilliant and vibrant. They think it's a photograph when they're really paintings and drawings. But congratulations, very beautiful. The judge's comment read, the vulnerability of the species comes through in this piece. And they are so vulnerable. In fourth place, the Himalayas, My Home, a watercolor and gouache with texture from Anju Panwar Rajesh. And pardon me if I didn't say that correctly, but this is a beautiful painting. Beautiful. You can see the snow leopard looking off into the distance. I wonder what it's thinking. Where's my next mate? Where's my next meal? Who's that human over there? What will happen in my future? Such expectation in its expression. What artistic talent, the judge said. Beautiful face and coat on the snow leopard. Another comment read, the snow leopard appears to be overseeing his domain with the unspoken wish. Please let it remain so. We need no intervention, just to be left alone. Please protect this sacred space. And in third place, Beauty and Peril from Justine Woosnam, Colored Pencils.
Ouais, magnifique celle-là.
Oh, it reaches out and into your soul.
Magnifique.
As soon as you open this up and look at this snow leopard is looking into your soul and into your eyes and saying, leave us alone. Protect our space. It's in your hands. Beautiful. Striking. He is looking into my soul, pleading for help. The beauty of the snow leopard is breathtaking, and it looks like you could touch him. He looks strong and determined, yet vulnerable. And in second place, Save Earth to Save Our Lives, a pastel by Katerina Justinian. The mother cat looks up at the clouds of smoke beginning to cloud the sky. Her eyes are full of anxiety, and the carefree cub trustingly looks at its mother, unaware of the threat. The mountains near the clouds light up brighter with snowy peaks, as if resisting an impending disaster and protecting the fragile living world. It's a threat and a hope. And this painting exemplifies the theme this year: harmony and peril.
Thank you. I'm very happy. I wanted to show the beautiful snow leopards and how vulnerable they are.
And I think you succeeded, Katerina. It's lovely. They are so beautiful and so powerful. And they live in such a harsh environment. There is grass in the summertime there, but their growing seasons are going to change. And as groundwater dries up, meadows are going to become grasslands, and that's not good. More erosion. Nepal already experiences a lot of erosion in their monsoon season. Yes, Neil, there are many layers in this. The cub turns to the mother, and the mother turns to the sky. They're the protector, but it's hard to protect something that's vanishing in before them, and they have no control. And yet, they are a keystone species. They are an indicator species. By their very presence, they control the ecosystem. Without them, there would be too many wild sheep and goats, and then there would be erosion, and so on and so on. It's like a domino effect. But voluntarily, they do not have control over that environment. They're a part of it. And that's something that humans need to realize, is that we are also a part of the environment. We've become so detached from nature. And the people who share this mountain home with these animals, they understand that you have to live within nature and not try to fight against it. Beautiful piece, Katerina. The judge's comments read, I felt the anxiety and concern in the mother's eyes. The theme is well portrayed with the darkening sky and the snow leopard looking to the sky. The vulnerability of the species is seen in the cub and the lack of snow. And in first place,
Ah, ouais.
Oh,
Sí.
an oil from Gabriela Barati Huga. This is, I don't have the narrative up. The narrative is very interesting about this. I asked the artist what the numbers symbolize, and the numbers are part of our world. In
La
the
sociedad.
picture, the snow leopard is asking, in her narrative, the snow leopard is asking, where are the people? There are no people. In what used to be a human place is now the snow leopard's place. This one is very thought-provoking, and the judges truly like this. It was not something we'd expected, but it portrays, it's not something that we normally see, but it portrays the theme so well, and the snow leopard is done so well. And where are the people? But the snow leopard persists. Amazing ability to link the theme to art, thought-provoking, creative, magnificent. The snow leopard as a CEO in a corporate environment portrays the challenges facing the snow leopard as their space is invaded and they compete in a foreign environment. But from this painting, we see who wins the competition. It's kind of sad and scary at the same time, and quite beautiful. Beautiful. Grand Prize Youth Artwork. We've added a category this year, and that's the Grand Prize Youth Artwork. The one that we thought was the best of all the youth artwork, and that would be Floating Away from Olympia. Such sadness in those eyes, such pleading, such delicateness. Beautiful digital drawing. You do get a sense of the animal floating, such sad eyes. And our Grand Prize Adult Artwork, Chasing Snow, an oil by Jaqui-Lynne Walsh. Congratulations. This was the overall grand prize winner. And Chasing Snow is so symbolic of chasing a world that's disappearing, chasing an environment that's melting and warming. The snow leopard isn't just chasing its prey, but it's chasing its future, our future, because they're linked together in the future of the ecosystem there, the High Asian Mountain ecosystem and the world. The description really tied all of it together. They love the background. The theme is clearly shown. The snow leopard is a beautiful portrayal showing strength, agility, and alertness. All the narrative that the artist submitted with the artwork are in the finalist page, and they will also be on the winners page. All the reference photos are listed, and then I am so sorry that I messed up Anna's name on there. So that's about it, but I want to thank all of you, and if I messed up your name, I'm so sorry. And but thank you for participating. Thank you for all your work. Thank you for your love and your support of snow leopards and the people who live there. Merci, gracias, thank you. Katerina, how do you say thank you in Ukraine?
We said дякую.
Thank you.
Gracias y un abrazo para todos.
All right, everyone, have a wonderful day or evening, and we will see you again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.